Hello and welcome to another exclusive Good e-reader video. This is Nick.
And this is Marcus.
Alright, today we have the Kobo e-reader versus the Barnes and Noble Nook Wi-Fi.
So this is another one of our popular shows here on Good e-reader where we cross-comparison different e-readers with each other. The Barnes and Noble Nook Wi-Fi is the newer e-reader. This is the original Kobo. Kobo just released the Kobo Wireless, and we'll be doing a follow-up video on the internet and wireless capabilities of the new Kobo. But this is what's out right now. The Kobo Wireless isn't out yet, and this is the brand new e-reader from Barnes and Noble.
And if you guys are wondering, yes, this is available in white, just in case you don't want to be constricted to just one color.
Right. Okay, so you can see pretty well side by side. The Barnes and Noble Nook is a bit bigger. And if you look at them like this, the Barnes and Noble Nook is also a bit thicker. This is more slim and trim.
And to note, it is taller as well. So it is a taller e-reader. All of its dimensions are fairly larger than the Kobo.
Right. So some of the things that the Nook has that the Kobo doesn't. No built-in speakers. Whereas with the Nook, you do have built-in stereo speakers, as well as a headphone jack. You can see that they both have mini USB cable outlets on the bottom. And on the top, this is the power button for the Nook. And this is the power button for the Kobo. As well as the Kobo SD card slot is more accessible than the Barnes & Noble Nook SD slot. You actually have to open up the back case to put it on. As well, if we just look at them side by side, the Kobo is not touchscreen at all. The Nook e-ink screen is not touchscreen, but the bottom is. In order to get the menu features, you have to actually physically click buttons here and navigate the menu. And you navigate it by hitting the D-pad here. Whereas navigating the menu with, say, the Barnes & Noble Nook is done with a touch screen at the bottom, and then if you want to click something on the Nook, on the Kobo here, like say the settings menu, you have to actually click the center of the D-pad. If you wanted to, say, click on Celebrating Columbus Day, you'd simply hit the little insert button there, and it would load up. So let's take a look at one of the most popular features of our video and look at page turn speeds. So we're going to click on the home button and let's just load up one of the default books here, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
Or Sherlock Holmes.
Or Sherlock Holmes. And with the Nook here, we'll just load up one of the default things that come with the device. We'll look at, say, Nook tips. So you can see when we loaded up a book, it was very quick with this. Lags a bit on this. So page turning with the Kobo is done with the D-pad, whereas page turning on a Nook is done with touchscreen-esque buttons here. They don't really, the buttons on the page turn do not outcrop from the device. It's simply almost touchscreen-esque. Okay, so let's look at page turn speeds. We're going to hit these at the same time. And again. And again. So you can see for yourself that the Nook really beats out the Kobo in terms of page speed. Sometimes with the Kobo, because it is unresponsive at times, you'll find yourself almost double clicking and turning your ebook pages twice in advance. So you could really see that the page churning on the Nook it really blows the Kobo out of the water. Although the Kobo is slimmer and it is a bit smaller, although the screen sizes are in essence the same. If you look at the screen sizes side by side, they're the same. It's just the Barnes and Noble device is bigger because it incorporates the touchscreen aspect on the bottom. They're both about the same price as well. The Barnes and Noble Nook Wi-Fi retails for anywhere between $149 and about $160, whereas the Kobo e-readers anywhere between $128 and $150. So it all depends where you buy it from. The Kobo does come preloaded with 100 free ebooks, whereas the Barnes and Noble Nook, it doesn't come packaged with any ebooks. In terms of what should you buy over the other, it all depends where you live. With the Barnes and Noble Nook Wi-Fi, you could really only do business with Barnes and Noble ideally if you live in the States, as well as the Wi-Fi connectivity with AT&T only works if you're in the States. If you live outside the United States, you can still connect up to Barnes and Noble and take advantage of the internet and web browsing and downloading new content by hooking up into your own wireless network. Or if you're in Canada, for example, you can be hooked up to wireless in any open network. So if you're at a Starbucks, or if you're at various cafes, or even Chapters Indigo, you can connect up to the Wi-Fi that's available with the Nook. Whereas with the Kobo, the original Kobo, it doesn't have any internet connectivity. So if you do want to load ebooks, you would have to use your computer or smartphone device in order to purchase ebooks. One of the advantages that Kobo has over the Nook is Kobo has a ton of applications on any platform. Kobo has recently made deals with BlackBerry, with the new BlackBerry Playbook, as well as with the Samsung Galaxy Tab. You can also download Kobo applications on any Android device, Apple device, BlackBerry smartphone, or various other devices. Kobo has really taken the initiative to be able to say, if we left off on page 6 here, you can have your smartphone open up to page 6 using the application. The Barnes and Noble Nook has basic e-reading applications for Apple and other devices, but the advantage is really to Kobo in terms of software applications available on many platforms. So if you wanted to say, what should I buy over the other? It's a matter of, do you want a lot of internet connectivity, an e-reader that weighs more and doesn't really fit in your back pocket as easy as the Kobo does? The Kobo is light, fits in your back pocket really easy. Its drawbacks is that it's not touchscreen and it doesn't have internet capabilities, but a lot of people read their e-readers with preloaded books when they're in a cafe, when they're on vacation by the pool, on an airplane, or various other methods, in which case you don't really need the internet capabilities of here. The Kobo's much more accessible to buy internationally, such as Australia, New Zealand, Europe, Canada, and the US, whereas the Barnes and Noble Nook is only available in the USA to purchase or off of website shopereaders.com. For a cross-comparison video on the Kobo and the Barnes and Noble Nook Wi-Fi, this is Marcus.
This is Nick.